Hello and welcome back. So let me briefly talk about the beauty of flexibility in Power BI. That's what I call it. Because when you set up your report and you created all the measures, so you invested some time to do this, in our case we have already 4 measures, then these measures allow us total flexibility. So we can display them as here, for instance, for each product in a table. But now let's say I'd like to see here only specific profit margin in total. So I could simply use here a KPI card like this one here, and then I can display my profit margin. And then I would see exactly the profit margin which I've generated in total. Or if that's not what I want, what about I like to see this, but for my dates, for my years. So I can go my dates table here, and then instead of having it like that as a card, I simply switch it back to a table. And then here I got my profit margin, but then I could say, for instance, I'd like to see this for my fiscal years. So select my fiscal years, or I drag them on top of the profit margin. And if I do that, then now I have a table, and now I can see for each fiscal year in here the profit margins. And let me just make it briefly bigger so you can see that better. So if I go to the value section here and say here for my text size, simply type 15 here, and now I can see here a breakdown. So basically what gets calculated is the total profit, so that means the total sales as well as the total cost as well as the difference, so the total profit, and then also the total profit divided by the total sales for each financial year. And this is a flexibility, what I call it. So no matter what you want now, when you have set up your reports and you have created your measures, then you can slice and dice your data whatever you want. So let's say you talk with your colleagues or with your boss, and he or she says, let me actually drag this maybe a little to the side, he or she says that, oh, this is a great table and this gives me a lot of information, but I need this not for the product, I actually need it for our customers. Can you help me with that? And you say, yeah, sure, I can do that. All I need to do is, let me actually Control-C to copy this whole table, because we don't have too much space in here. I go to a new page, and then I paste it in here, and we get our table, and then we simply swap here the first dimension, which is the product name. So we go to the value section here we go, and here at the first one we have the product name, and now let me actually shrink this table, let's actually also shrink the measures table, and go to our customers table. And now I simply say I'd like to see my customer name, so what I do is I simply put this customer name in here, so I put it on top, I remove my product name, and then I can simply have my table here for my superior, for my boss, for my colleagues, whoever I want to show it to, and then here you go. Here's the data with the customer name. So exactly the same data, and it just took not much time, right? So you can slice and dice your data exactly the way you want it. You can use this in any kind of visualization you want. So all the other ones could be used as well. A table is here, the most easiest way. That's why I used it. But of course, you can also use it in different ways. But it's really easy to do that. And that's one way to do it, okay? So thanks a lot for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, best guys.